Kanta, hi, how are you, pal? I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying the weather. Seems to be really, really hot here. Yeah. Um, Purpose of this is I really wanted to go through some of the video um, clips that we had from the game on Saturday. The purpose of this is solely about your development. None of this is designed to be criticism. It's really there to help you build on your footballing journey, your footballing knowledge, and to integrate you into our team as best as we can. So I hope you can understand me. Hopefully I've got some subtitles working beneath, but there's a lot of detail to go through here. So bear with me. Use the rewind, pause button if you need any help on this. And feel free to ask me any questions if you or your dad need to message or call me. Feel free to, or we can talk about it when you're next with us, hopefully tomorrow night, Thursday evening, or over the weekend. Anyway, so first clip is good starting position here. Okay, I want you to be yourself. I know it's really hard when you're new to a team. But the one thing that I can identify with you is don't be so quick to pass the ball. Don't be so quick to release it. Let the game change in front of you. Hold on to the ball for a little bit longer. Let your teammates catch up and take more players on, what we call 1v1. So if you're up against a defender, just go and attack him. Go and attack him. And try and understand how what they're going to do. We'll talk some detail about attacking their back foot. So if they're turned, make sure that you're going towards their back foot because you can displace their balance that way and really be purposeful about getting around the back of them. So I think this clip is really just shows maybe a little bit of nerves coming out. But it's how you can be really purposeful. So really good starting position. Ball comes out to you. I love this stop start. It's a really important skill. So and now you come back on yourself. So just be a little bit more attacking nature. Try and attack into those spaces. I'm not bothered if you lose the ball. Okay, that's the fundamental part of your progress and your development is stay on the ball and try to make something happen. As it happens, your decision making, ironically, here. So first thing I like here is watch how you close this distance down between you and this player when the time's right. So at the moment in time, you're allowing that ball to go into him because you're making it look like you're not interested. But as soon as that pass becomes available, now you're ready to pounce. So it's a really good skill and really good link-up play with some teammates. We're unlucky not to score there, but really, really good start, mate. From me, the ethos from me is just be cool and comfortable on the ball, drive into space, let the game change in front of you. It's amazing if you stay on that ball for another 2 seconds, how that game changes in front of you. So a lot of these clips start from the goalkeeper, which is a real good trait of ours. We love building from the back. If you look at this clip now, so you're in the wide space, which is really good. So if you look at this map here, look how you're hugging this touchline. And actually, the bit that's really important for me is, sorry, let me just get distances. Bit that's really important on all of these pictures is the distance between these two players. Okay, that distance there is critical, all right, for us. Now, interestingly, this player here isn't interested in you. Okay, he's not interested for whatever reason. He obviously hasn't got used to you being on the pitch yet. So interestingly, we decided to play that pass there through a very small gap. In my opinion, the pass is out to you. Let this just play out. The pass should have come into you. Just let this play out again. The pass should have come into you and then from that pass you should have played it through. So we needed to have been a little bit calmer with the build up, but I really like how far wide you are here. So if you look at the width that you've created, yeah, this gap here is just way too small. So the ball should have come out to you. You could have either have driven in or let the game change and then let Jamie run into that space for you then to slide that pass into him. Jamie's a left footer, so he could have had a shot in the half space in this zone here that we try and attack. Yeah, so ball into you, you play it into Jamie, and then we're into this space here. As it happens, we try and play a near impossible pass. So really good positioning from you. So well done, pal. Really good transitional play here. So if you look at you down here, let's highlight you actually. I think it lets me highlight. So if you look at your transitional play here, you recognise that the ball might come to you there. Now you recognise it here, you go. Okay, these transitional moments, and again you recognise it here. Okay, so these transitional moments for me are really, really important, and well done for recognising them straight away. So now you go, it doesn't come off, so you retreat. You recognise it again, and we go. So a really cute mind. I really like how your mind thinks here, and a really good pass in. It's unfortunate again that we don't score here, but I just want you to watch this clip again. Okay, so you're back covering, really, really important. You think we might win it back, lose it. Think we might win it back, we lose it. Now we win it back, and that's a picture that you'll see time and time again about us winning and losing the ball back in that central piece. So really good that you're recognising that transitional moment. So some detail for you here, so an improvement point. This movement's really, really good. The next clip shows why I wanted to highlight this as a positive picture, and then the next clip will show how it could have been better. So what I want you to think about is running the blind side. What I mean by the blind side is if you run in front of this defender, he can see you because his eyes are looking straight at you. Okay, so if you look at his eyes here, his eyes are looking, he can see everything there, including you. Okay, if you run, oh, let me just get that back. If you run this side of him, it's really hard for him to figure out where that ball's going to go, and that's what we call the blind side. So you can actually run in here and then create space behind, or you can start wide and create space into this zone here for you to attack and run into. But let this clip play out and you'll understand what I mean. Okay, so there is a point here. So you start to run in front. Let's just watch you when you come back on screen. So you run in front, you start to run in front, which closes that gap, which is fine because actually, you know, you want the ball in this zone here, in this little quartile here for you to score. So you're running in, and then watch how you then manoeuvre yourself to get round the back. Now, round the back. Now, if you look at that defender, yes, the ball's got to come in for this to work, but don't worry too much about that. I'm more interested in the detail that you're providing. So that defender now has to check across the line, and he also needs to check behind him for where you are. If that ball comes across, your whole purpose is to get in front of him. So again, that movement to either get the header or get a vital touch before the goalkeeper gets the ball. You'll see it play out in this clip now about I think it's this clip. I'll let it play out though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it might be this one actually, so apologies. No, I was right. Yeah, it's this one. So look at this clip now. Sorry, it's not this one. We'll talk about this one first. So, this clip. This is going to be a common picture for us. Harrison gets the ball, beats his man, and then, so it's a really good picture here that you receive to feet. What I'd like to see is how can Harrison then break this line. However, I want you to think about, more importantly, where's the notation gone? I want you to think about how you can get into this space, okay? So, I want you to focus in on this little zone of the goal here into the 18-yard box. That's where you will score 90% of your goals. As a left or a right forward, it'll be on the other side, but as a left forward, this is where you're going to score most of your goals. So, the pictures and the detail here is you've got to try and work the ball into there. What you have to do first is to show these two players or make them believe that you're going somewhere else and you're not going into that space. So it's that, how do you do that? So we call it one movement. The first movement's for the opposition, the second movement's for you. So the first movement is the blue line, the second movement's the red line. So if you drive towards the byline here, this defender has to cover. This defender has to try and tackle you. So look what then becomes available. This whole spot that you're aiming for becomes available for you to work that shot. So instead of trying to move into there first, think first movement's for them, second movement's for you. Look how this plays out. Ironically, you're offside at this point. But if you try and move into that space and then cut back, that's when that shot becomes available for you. Okay? But really good picture, mate, and great that you got into the box, which was your match day target. Well done. So, based on the clip before around blindside moving, look at how this picture changes for you. So here you are here. Oh, let's just replay that. So Harrison gets onto the ball. Now, look at how this gap has reduced in distance. So that gap there is reduced in distance. What I want you to do is, because now this player can see you, so he's making that gap even smaller and smaller and smaller. Every second that goes, that gap gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Harrison also isn't used to that movement from a winger. So what I want to see from you is start out wide. If you start wider, this gap becomes bigger. You also then run on the blind side to enable, if you run from here, look at where this defender's looking. Oh, wrong one. This defender's having to look here instead of you here, which then means that you can attack that space. And if you think about that box that we drew a minute ago, that's it there, and you can easily finish when you get into that zone. So blindside running, think about how you can stretch the pitch from coming wide and then running into that zone for you to be really purposeful about your finish. Now, I love this because it looks like you and Harrison have been playing together for years and years and years. I'll keep this line here because I think it's really important to see. Look at how that gap is created because you're wide. Now, you're going to beat this player in a foot race, in a run, every day of the week. You'll beat any fullback any day of the week. What you need is to create this gap for that ball to play through, for you to run onto, and for you to get into this zone where you can finish. Let Harrison dominate his 1v1 here. So for you to be successful, he needs to beat this player. He'll do that 9 times out of 10. So your timing is now key. And look at how you master this here. So be patient, be patient, be patient. And then the moment that gap opens up, the moment you can then go and run, and if you think about that zone that you need to get to, that ball is going straight into it from that one movement. So feels like you boys have been playing together for years. You've had what, 5-10 minutes on the pitch together at this point. So well done. Keep up the great work, and you know, I can see you two being really important for each other if we can get you signed Kanta this season. So it's hard to see your run on this video, but think about your double movement here, which I really like. I actually love it. So what I mean by double movement, remember the first movement's for them, the second movement's for you. Now what you do is you start to run in and then you create space out wide. What I want you to consider is how would that look if you start wide and then you run in, because that's where you're going to get the most success. That is where you're going to be able to get into that zone where you actually score in the next clip. That's really, really important how you get into that zone. So you run into space to create, you run into the middle to create space in the wide zone. I want you to think about reversing that, start wide and run in, and how you can displace that fullback there, because he's gone man for man on you, because the coach has recognised that you might be a danger man this half. So look at your movement here, you run in, so you start to move in, which then creates this gap to be shortened. So for Harrison to play that pass, that gap isn't wide enough. This gap here just isn't wide enough yet. And we're making it narrower and narrower. So he doesn't play that pass, he carries on moving in, of which you then start to float out, which is a great second movement. Don't know if you can see that on the screen here. And then you start the blind side here, which is really important because that defender's focused in on this zone. He can't see you. He's having to check in every couple of seconds to see where you are. You're constantly moving, which is fantastic. And then the ball breaks down. So really good movement. There's nothing wrong with this, by the way. But what I'm trying to do is make your mind open up to think, what if I did that in reverse? What if I started wide and then came in instead of start running in and then come out wide? We don't score goals in the wide areas. You score goals in the central areas. So your first run is for them, for the defender. Your second movement's for you to get into that central zone. And then the final clip. I want to show this first, and then I'll let it play out, and then we can rewind it. All 10 outfield players have come to say well done to you, pal, including me. I shouldn't have come onto the pitch, but the moment felt right. So well done, pal. 10 of your teammates, or 9 of your teammates, celebrating with you, which is fantastic. I think you know, just a couple of points, for me. Your importance of winning the ball back, a couple of points here. So not only do you create the movement off the ball now and read the sign of breaking the line, you actually did a lot of the build-up play yourself. Really interesting. Where did you score from as well? So, you know, if we pause it here, that touch is remarkable. And I want you to think about the zone that we wanted you to get into in the first half. So, you know, that touch there creates a decision for the defender, because if he touches you, it's a penalty, it's a red card, it's denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. But the fact that you then got across that player is fantastic, and then getting into that space is phenomenal. So there, and then bang, really well done, pal. Really, really good goal, and the winning goal for the team as well. So well done. Listen, that's the clips. Feel free to rewind this, replay it back. I'll replay the goal whilst we're finishing up here. Loved every moment of coaching you. I hope you enjoyed the match day targets and the things that we want you to think about. This analysis is there to make you better. If this is the starting point of your development journey with us, I don't know what's possible on how far we can take you. Most importantly, though, we'll take this team even higher. So I'm all about how we develop as a team and how we develop as a unit. You would be a very welcome part of this team. So, Kanta, well done. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.